So you're fighting a young man named Thiago Santos. He's won 4 in a row, 3 in a row at light heavyweight. He hits very hard. He's an intimidating fellow. Is there anything that he does as far as his actual, skill set that concerns you? Are you worried about him?
No, I'm not worried about him at all. I feel like my fiance is strong enough to knock me out if I put my hands behind my back, right, and let her punch me right in the chin. A lot of people hit hard. Everybody has the power to knock out anybody. My manager can knock me out if I let him punch me in the face. It's about being smart enough to land that punch, and so I'm not worried about heavy hitters. Everyone hits hard. Um, the fighters that concern me the most are the most intelligent fighters. The guys who can set up those punches or set up solid game plan. So I'm not too worried about Thiago. I've fought many guys with big muscles and big knockout powers. I've been doing that since I was, one of the youngest guys in the division. I started doing that at 23 years old. So no, I'm not worried about anything. I just got to go out there, have faith in my abilities and my team that's around me, my intelligence towards the game, and everything else will fall into place.
Has he made this personal between you two? He's taken some shots at you, and I saw you kind of respond via social media. Do you feel like he crossed the line?
No. It's like if you can't insult, my game, people try to insult my personal life. That's something that they all do, and I just gotta be cool with it. I think what he said, my legacy would be one of steroids or something like that. It's he's setting himself up already for failure. If I lose, it's because Jon's a cheater. It's just the story of my life.
What was your reaction when you heard DC say on the show last month that, he is considering dropping down to 205 after this fight to fight you one last time?
He won't do it.
Why not?
He won't do it. I think it takes a lot out of him to make that weight cut. I haven't seen him in person, but I hear that he's bigger than ever. And to lose all that weight and to come up short a third time, it just takes a lot of courage, I would imagine. I don't think he has the balls to do it. I think he knows what to say to the people to appear not afraid of me. But I think deep down inside, he knows what it's like after losing to me twice, going home, crying, and all this. I just doubt he's going to do that to himself again.
Do you think his last fight is in August?
I don't know. I don't really care what Daniel Cormier does, honestly.
Okay, you're done with him.
I've been done with him, yeah. Daniel Cormier is not my toughest opponent. I said Gustafsson was my toughest opponent. He's not this rival that the world wants him to be to me. He's a guy that I've beat twice.
Now, the one I'm dying to ask you about, and I'm sure you knew this one was coming, the last style bender, Israel Adesanya. What is going on here between you and Israel Adesanya, Jon? This is entertaining stuff. You talked about him. He talked about you. You show up in the comments. This is. I have to say, you got everyone talking right after his fight back in April. What do you have an issue with Israel Adesanya?
I really don't. I really don't. I think the worst thing I ever said about the kid was that he's looking promising, and I would assume that people are going to start entertaining that fight soon, and he'll come up and challenge me. That's all I said about him. And I think he said something about killing one GOAT in Anderson Silva and now trying to kill me or some shit like that. And the biggest difference is that I'm 31 years old, and I feel like I am still reaching my prime. If you look back throughout a lot of my fights, you hear guys who's fought me say, Jon is a lot stronger than he looks. And Israel is light in the ass. He's light. He's skinny. I'll put my hands on him and teach him a whole different world of hurt. For him to be so frail and to not have a ground game is like, bro, you don't want to do it. And then to talk about my stand-up against Anthony Smith with his face all bubbled up against a short wrestler that just did that to him. It was just hilarious. I barely get touched when I fight. And so for Israel to talk about his striking skills being so much farther ahead than mine, it's hilarious. Just to sum up what I think about him, I think he's a little too light in the ass. He needs to eat some more jerk chicken and come holler at me.
He said, your time will come when I say so. Do you feel at some point you guys will fight?
Let me tell you what that means. I'm a bitch. I can't beat Jon. And Him fighting me when he's ready to really beat me, it's like, dude, don't open your mouth if you can't feel like you can't beat me right now. I would never say that about anyone. Like, oh, I'm not ready to beat him yet. I'm gonna come back when I'm good enough to beat him. As if my skills are stagnant and I'm not improving myself. It's silly. What he basically said, and he just worded it how he wanted to, was, I cannot beat Jon. Anything else he said outside of that doesn't matter.
Do you feel like at some point your paths will cross, or you're not confident of that?
He knows where I'll be.
You said that you want to be active. How many more times, if all goes well on July 6th, do you want to fight in 2019?
Well, I'd like to fight in December, and then I'd like to try to pick it up and fight again 3 times in 2019.
In 2020, you mean?
Yeah, in 2020, yes.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Hello, everyone. It's Ariel Helwani. I just came here to thank you for watching our ESPN YouTube channel. It's the best. You know what else is the best? The ESPN app. You can get highlights, analysis, all that stuff and more. And if you want premium content and live streaming sports, there's only one place for all of that. It's ESPN Plus.